Hey everybody, welcome to Piper's World. Our rehab fit today is going to have a couple of combos at the end that are pretty easy, but they could be challenging too. So go ahead, grab your cans of vegetables, your weights, or your water bottles, and we'll get started on the chair. So I'm going to leave the weights down, in my case, water bottles, and I'm just going to warm up some shoulders and wrists and warm it all up before we get involved. So take your hands to your shoulders, just tap, press them out, tap, press them out. Just don't even think, just let them go. And take them out to the side. And one. And now take them up, upward. So be mindful of where your range of motion is today and what feels good. All right, hands holding onto the shoulders, elbows up. We're going to rotate at the waist. Now, because I have a high back chair, it's really easy for me to get my elbow there. But if I didn't have that high back chair, I want to keep the elbow up. Rotate at the waist just to get some abdominals working and warmed up. Let's do last set here. 1 and 2. Awesome. Hands I'm going to interlace my fingertips, stepping out. And have my hands in. Take a nice big inhale. Big, heavy exhale. I want to tap the back of my chair. And I really want to think. So imagine if my chair was rotated here. I really want to fill up that space. With a big exhale. Inhale. Lifting everything up. Keeping that belly. And exhale. Big inhale. And exhale. To come back to my front. So I have my goal of tapping that chair. Let's do one more. Make a fist. Let's rotate those wrists and reverse it. Shake it all out. Shake the shoulders. Hold your palm out. We're going to gently pull back the pinky, ring finger, middle finger, through the index, and through your thumb. Let's take a nice little press here. Other side. Palm is out, fingers are down. Gently pull back the pinky to your ring finger. Nice and easy. Now we're on the index. And thumb. Shake it all out. I'm going to scoot a little bit forward on my chair. And I'm going to pick up my leg closest to the camera. And I'm going to do the ankle circles. So I'm going to hold it up just to make sure you can see. I'm just circling. But really I want to keep my leg very heavy in my hands. My arms are stretched. And then reverse that foot circle right through that ankle. And now I'm going to flex. So I'm not just going to think, I'm going to hold my leg up again. I'm not just going to think, I pull the toes back. I actually want to think that when my ankle bends, it's going to pull the top of the foot towards me. And then I want to push the top of the foot away from me. So there's a flex and a point, and a flex and a point, and a 5, and a 6, and a 7, and an 8, 9, 10. Now just circle from the knee down. It's kind of a wobbly circle. And then reverse it. And let's stay on this leg. So I'm going to hold this left leg up, and I'm going to do a little open and a little close. Very nice and small. So when this opens, it's staying in that little hip joint. We're going to do 2 more. 1, last one, 2. Now, same leg, I'm going to extend that leg. I'm going to pretend that my leg is a little key in a keyhole. I've got, in this case, my left hand holding my left hip, and it's just going to rotate out, parallel, rotate out, parallel, out, and parallel, out, and parallel. So it's not a big movement, but your leg should feel a little tired. 7, 8, and 9, and 10. Awesome. Shake that leg out. Let's do the other side. Whole series. Pick that right leg up. Circle the ankle only. Again, just right there. Your leg is really heavy in those arms. And then reverse that circle. Now, same thing, flex. Think of picking the top of the foot towards your head and then pushing it away. And up, and press, flex, and point. Two more of these. 1 and 2. All right, circle from the knee down. Reverse. Now, leg is going to open and close. Hopefully you can tell that nothing else is moving. It's a tiny open and close. For me, with my dining room chair, it's easy to know not just physically how far I'm going, but the visual of my chair, so that my leg is only going to the corner of the chair. I'm not trying to go all the way so everything rotates. Just stays right there. 3 and 2 and 1. Now extend that leg. Let's do a little keyhole. Open and parallel. Rotate out and parallel. Your leg can be low. Keeping right up a little higher so you can see. 7. We're going to do 3 more. 8 and 9 and 10. Shake it out. All right. So we're going to start with no weights. We're going to do some squats from parallel position. And we're also going to do squats from a rotated position. First, parallel. So that means I have a hip, knee, ankle alignment. Arms, let them go. Let it just be you. So you're just going to stand it up. You're going to tap, stand up. We're back up just a little bit. Tap. So slow motion, you're going to see this come in. When I go to push back, the hips push back. They're tapping. And it's all about the connection of stabilizing through here, front and back, and really making those legs do the work they're designed to do. So tap, stand it up, tap, stand it up, nice and connected. Let's do 4 more. 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Stay down. Now, I'm going to rotate out. So going with the concept of the corners of my chair, my legs are going to be open from those hips, just like we did in those little open and closing. So it's not it's not a wide stance at all, but it's rotated. So in this square rotation, my hip bones go straight to my knees. My knees go directly down to my ankles, which really are trying to face really towards that second toe. I don't want my knees to go forward. I want to really keep this connection. From here, I'm going to press up. Be careful that when you do these, when we get a little quicker, this isn't squeezing to get here, because then you're going to get stuck in trying to go back. And when we go back to sit, we don't want to have this trying to tap this way. That same connection, front to back, is there. All I want to do is take a little tap and up. Tap. Now, my feet have a full weight distribution of my body. So I don't have my weight in my heels or on the outside of my toes. I am feeling my big toe, pinky toe, and the points on the heel. Continue and sit. This is still here. So again, slow tap and back up. And sit and up and sit and up. 4 more. 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Stay down. Let's take a few more abs just to kind of round those backs. Hopefully it feels a little better. So here. Big exhale, tapping the back of the chair. Inhale nice and tall. Back and up. Tap and up. And 5, 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, 10. All right, grab your weights. Now, with our weights or water bottles or cans of vegetables, whatever you got, we're actually going to start with some chest flies and shoulder. Okay, so the chest fly, we're going to have a bent elbow. So here I am, square to you guys. Elbow and armpit, elbow to wrist. So I'm going to have this open. They're only going right in line. When I press up, my shoulder blades are going to pull down back to let my arms push up. Pull and close. Now, for those of you who have shoulder issues, don't worry about this press. You can stay right here, or you can take just kind of a little baby press, but don't get your back and everything else involved. All of this has to stay stable. So I'm going to go back to being my personal square in my chair. Open, press, pull, close. Open, press, pull, and close. We're going to call this 5, and pull at 6, and 7, 8, and 9. Press and pull. Awesome. All right, arms down. We're going to do some curls. But today we're going to do the curls with what is called reverse grip. So I actually want to have the back of my hand upward or to the front. And I'm also going to try and keep my elbows as close to my body as possible. So I'm sitting closer to the edge so I have true space. Belly button is connected to that back. Everything else is just relaxed, and you're just going to give me a reverse curl. That means all you do is bend at the elbow, press it down, curl it up, push it down. 3, and 4, 5. Bellies are in. 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. Nice. Now let's take the back of that arm for our triceps. So we're going to have that same reverse grip position. So with my elbows high this time, and I'm going to take a slight lean forward. Now the lean forward does not mean lean forward, so I've lost all of that connection. I want that connection, belly supporting the back supporting the front. Elbows are high, right there behind me slightly. All I want to do is straighten my arm. My arm is not going up and down. There's none of this. Because when you do that, you start to get the shoulders in, which if you've got shoulder issues, this is just going to aggravate it. So all we want is everything else still. Stretch that arm straight and bend. Press back 2 and bend. I'm also not using my wrist to have those sweeping moments. I'm doing everything I can to keep that wrist really nice and positioned. Let's do 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. So now, let's work our back muscles. So we're really going to try and aim in this next exercise to get into this area on our sides, okay? This is the area that I want to feel that's going to actually try to pull my arm back. This time, our palms are going to be facing up. Same position, belly in, lean forward. You're hinging right at those hips. And you're just going to pull and press. Pull. Now, when I'm pushing forward, my arms are staying right with my knees. And I'm not trying to curl my wrists. I'm keeping everything right in that nice alignment. So even with your arms, you have the shoulder to elbow to wrist. My back is engaged. Abs are engaged. And let's call this 6. We'll do 4 more. And 3. And 2. And 1. Nicely done. Let's take just something for a little fun of getting into the deltoids. I'm going to face you just so you can see the exact angle of my arms, and then I'm going to go back to my square position. But I'm going to make an L. So I'm going to have my front arm, nice line from armpit, shoulder, right to that wrist. My side arm is the exact same way. And then I'm going to switch that position to the other side. Okay? So back to my personal square so you can see. We're going to start one arm front, one arm side. And that is a 1. So for some of you, if you ever a cheerleader, it's a very typical cheerleader move. So you can always go flashing back to those glory days of being a cheerleader and thinking, yay. We'll call this 4. And 5. And 6. And 7. 8. And 9. Last one. And 10. Good. Excuse me. Put your weights down for a second. Just roll it all out. Roll it in. Roll it out. Roll it in. Roll it out. Take a little twist again, tapping the back of the chair, keeping those legs nice and straight. I'm sorry, nice square angles. All right. So now we're going to add some combos. We're going to do one weight at a time. So the first combo we're going to do is we're going to add some leg to our arm. So you've done your arm. You're going to be open, close, push, pull. Now, complicated part. Well, it's still easy. You're going to take the opposite leg. Open, in, flex out, bring it in. Challenge. Both at the same time. Both open, they come in, press and pull it back in, open, close. Press up and out, pull it all back in, open. This is staying really connected. Let's call this one 4. So we have 6 more. 5, 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. All right, guys, other side. Just to review, this arm is going to go open, open, press, pull, close. Opposite leg, open, in, press, pull it in. Putting them together. 1, press, and 2, and press, and 3, and press, and 4, press. Make sure those hips don't move. This is all about isolating, moving an arm and a leg. Let's say 3 more. 3, and 2, and 1. Good job, guys. So now we're going to stand up for the last two. We're going to do our reverse grip rows and a tricep kickback from a very different position. So I'm going to take my chair. I'm going to actually turn it around. I'm going to have, in this case, my left hand here for stability. The weight is in my right hand. My right leg is parallel and back. And it's probably, so if you can see, I'm in this staggered position. Very, very key to not let those hips wander. They have to stay square. I have to have this connection. So from my profile, I'm going to come here and I'm going to think of those little hovers that we did in the chair. But now I'm very split in my stance. My right leg is behind me. Bellies are connected to the back. My left leg that is in front in this case, that knee is over. I don't want to keep it there. I want to keep it right there over that ankle. Belly is. Now, with this, when I go forward for this push, I'm going to pull the belly in. So I'm going to feel a little rounding in that low back. That right heel is going to come up. So I am on the ball of my right foot, heel down to bring that arm back. Press heel up, pull heel down. Notice there's no shift. I'm just pushing and pulling. I am rolling through my right foot. Abs are engaged. 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. Keep that right heel down. Now, just flip the arm. So the back of my hand is going to press back, bend the elbow, back, bend the elbow. 3, 4, and 5. As you do this, keep your focus down. 8, I'm looking towards the camera just so that you can really hear me. Last one. Good job. Staying on this arm, I'm going to do my reverse curl. So that was these. Back of the hand coming up. I'm going to balance on my right leg. Weight is in my right hand. Weight is also on my right leg. My left leg is going to stay right, low to the ankle. So if I choose to try to find balance and I lose balance, I can always put my foot down. It's right there. Okay? So I'm going to face front for these, for this one, 2, and 3. So if I choose to let go, I have to make sure this is really engaged. And 10. I'm going to do the other side. I'm going to move my chair just for stability purposes. So think of your weight is all left side or the opposite side. So with my inside leg, I'm going to curl up, press it down, up, press it down. This is engaged. My hip bones are even. I am also feeling the entire foot, big toe, pinky, and heel on that floor. Let's say 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. Good job, guys. Nice and easy, right, with the combos? All right, let's go ahead, have a seat. Let's get some good stretches in to finish our day. So I'm just going to angle a little bit more. So let's take our left arm. We're going to come underneath that right. Gently pull it across. What I don't want to do is have this and be in this really weird, contorted, ugly position. What I want to think is gently pulling my shoulder blade down in the back so that this opposite arm can stretch and pull this arm across my body, but I'm not twisting. I'm staying really nice and square. And if you're doing this just right, you should feel the stretch through the top. Good. Now we're going to take a tricep stretch, which on the same arm. So all I'm going to do is take this hand, come under that elbow, and lift that arm to my back. It is very easy to try to overdo it, and you either will come here and cave in, or you throw it all out. What we want, right there. So this hand that's going to push this elbow actually has that opportunity to move that arm in place, and then I can relax my head against my arm and relax. And then go ahead and release that. Let's do the other side. So coming from underneath, I'm going to pull this arm across. Now from this angle, if you see more of that shoulder, that means I'm just letting it all go. I want to pull the shoulder down. Gently hold this arm across my body so I can get a stretch through the deltoid. So from here you can see this, okay? Now we're going to take the same tricep stretch on this side. This hand is going to come right to that elbow. This arm isn't moving until this hand pushes. So just a nice little up and over. Again, if this happens, because it's very common, all I want to do is connect everything inside and then drive with that other hand and relax. Every side is different, and every day each side has a different range of motion. So we have to make sure you honor it. And then release. Alright, so I'm going to come back to this angle. I'm going to take my leg closest to the camera, which is my right. I'm going to cross it over. I'm going to take my opposite hand and hold that leg in place. This arm is going to take a nice big inhale up. And exhale over that chair. Or maybe you're down here. It's all good. So if you're down here, really engage that core to rotate. So even if the arm is up here, relax it. Now, I'm going to come back and switch sides. Opposite leg crosses. Opposite hand is going to hold that leg. So in this case, this is my right hand and left thigh. This left arm is going to go big inhale. So I've got this nice twist. My spine is getting stretched. The outside of my hips are getting some stretch. And then go ahead and bring that back. If this felt like it was a challenge, you could always keep your legs low and just give low twists. Okay? We're going to take a good hip opener here. We're going to take our nice little 4 stretch. So I'm going to pick up the right leg, cross it. Now before I go for that big stretch, because this is my right leg, I'm going to take my right hand to the inside of that right thigh and just kind of follow it around. Let it try to remember that. Yes, it worked hard today, but it's going to get a nice little reward for it. It's going to stretch. It's going to relax. Holding that in place. And then I'm going to concentrate. I'm actually going to use my brain and tell my brain to signal to engage to sit up tall. Allow that hip flexor to just relax. And it's going to stay there. It's not going to just pop up. It's actually going to stay there. And I'm going to remove that hand. Take a big inhale up. Exhale, fold over. Now, if you can, you're going to take your arms underneath that bottom leg and just relax head down. If that is not where you are today, find your good space. Find your good stretch. Maybe you're just here. But don't force anything up here either. Just kind of take a nice gentle bow over that front leg. And now let's do the other side. Pick up that leg, cross it over, bobble it out. Now remember, if your hips are really tight or if you've had any type of hip work done, this may not be an option. Just cross your feet, cross your ankles. You can still get that stretch in there. Holding that out, your brain is talking to your abs to support your back. It's talking to that hip flexor to let that leg stay open. Take that big inhale all the way up. Exhale as you bow forward, clasping those hands underneath that leg. Make sure the shoulders don't come up. Keep those relaxed. Again, you might be here. Just relax. And then you're going to roll through that spine to come up. We're going to do one more stretch. Angle a little bit more here. I'm going to take my right leg and extend it so the heel is down on the ground. I'm at the edge of my chair. Again, engaging, and I'm going to take this big inhale up. Hold my hips as I stretch my chest forward. Over that right leg that's in front. I can take the hand and grab those toes, grab the calf. I don't want this. I want to think nice and long. Belly in and relax. So we get a good stretch. The more you can flex that foot in that stretch, in that forward fold, the better the hamstring. Nice little stretch. And coming up, we'll do the other side. Take that big, hold those hips down. Take this inhale, think everything up. And just fold over, relax. You can reach for those toes, shin, whatever you can. Maybe you're just up here. It's all good. Just find that hamstring stretch. Again, your toes are to the ceiling, so as you're stretching, just laying down out there. Coming up, we'll take one more inhale here. Exhale, both legs, arms underneath. Give yourself a big hug. You should feel a nice stretch through that back. And inhale, roll it all the way up, bring those arms with you. Thank you guys very much for watching, and keep working out. Hopefully we will be together sooner than later. Have a great day, you guys.